parts, glue, pinner, ancient clamp to hold everything upright for me to work on. Let the production begin. So now I'm putting the edge, little filler strip, make it look a fatter strip on the last one, and using these Jorgensen wooden screw clamps for vices is really a good idea. So I've been doing this for a long time. I clamp it to my whatever work surface I'm working on, put my workpiece in here and give it a screw, and boom, it's tight and ready to go. So I'm going to trial fit the part. I think I want this side to be, no, I want this side to be the shelf surface. Make sure it fits nice and flush. Now, I'm going to put some glue in here. Yeah, down the entire length. Now, these are those Rockler silicone glue spreaders. Can't say enough about these things because they last forever, because you just can pull the dry glue right off of them. Spread the glue all inside where the joint's going to be, like that. And let's see, line it up with the end. Use a 23 gauge pinner and pin it down. Okay, that's ready to dry or cure or whatever the glue wants to do. And it'll get sanded and painted, of course. So the next step is to put these on. So I'll do one of these at some point. In the next segment, I'll just show you putting one of these on. Wasn't really kidding about production, was I? If you look at this picture, you can see how I set up the feather boards with the dado stack in my sacrificial fence to basically just push these pieces through one at a time and get them all done fairly quickly. And I was able to cut the rabbets to mount the fronts on the drawers, on the shelves, shelves. I've got to stop calling these drawers. I'm now going to put on the molding that Cree specified. And you can see I put these little cleats on the back, these triangular cleats, because someone's going to actually grab this thing by a shelf and try and open it. So basically, I'm going to bring the belly to the front, which is easy to do by eye. Make sure it's ready, end to end is fine. And then glue and pin the parts in place. So let's get started. Little glue, and just a bead, not a huge amount because it'll squish out. And it's going face grain to face grain. Then on the cleats themselves. All right, now we lay it in place. Voila, there it is. That's end to end, and this is center is to the edge correctly, and this one is now correct, and this one is now correct. So that's it. That's all it takes to put these on one at a time. Now look over here and you can see what it looks like in situ, as they say. And here's what it looks like in place. This is number one. I showed you me doing number two. I put the blocks back here so it won't move when you're opening and closing the door. And if someone does grab it by this piece of molding, it won't pull the shelf off. Because someone's going to do that. Someone's actually going to grab it by this to try to open it. I do have to make a change to the hinge up here. I made a small error I have to fix. Basically, I got to move this hinge an eighth of an inch back because it's not quite. I know I put everything in the CNC machine. For some reason, I didn't cut this one correctly, or I didn't get the piece of wood chucked up in the CNC absolutely correctly. So I've got to do that. Basically, all I'm going to be doing is plugging the holes, making a jig, drilling the holes with a forstner bit, and then re-inlet it in the back. I just have to cut a little bit of extra wood out the back. I don't know if that's even worth filming. It's a real easy fix. 2 plugs, new holes, new inletting, done. So anyway, so let me get back to doing these shelves, and we'll move on. Time to put on the edge banding. Now I was going to use the iron-on stuff, but I thought a little more professional if I use some solid wood. So I ripped out a whole bunch of 1/8" strips. And the way I ripped these out was, first I bought a piece of 1x4 poplar. I milled it in the planer to the same thickness as the plywood, because you know plywood's not 3/4 inch, the poplar was. Then I ran them through the table saw to cut the 1/8" strips. And the way I did that is from this picture you can see I took my one of my feather boards and with the magnets, clamped it down in such a way that when I ran the piece of wood up to it, it would cut off an 1/8" piece. And I just kept moving the fence over as I cut off these 1/8" pieces. Worked really well. In fact, it worked so well, I went to Amazon and bought this jig that allows you to do it much more easily because it has a bearing on it, a wheeled bearing on it, and a measurement fence thingy, and it clamps into the miter slot. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm going to glue these down and pin them with a pin nailer. And these will make the front end look better. Now, like I said, I got to do, with sitting over here, I have to do the casing as well, so that this thickness, this distance is the same from the hinge point. That's what I'm trying to say. So from here to the hinge point is the same, so that this is flush with the casing. So let's get started and put this stuff on. Oh, one more thing I've got to do is that hinge point that I fixed that's at the top of this, it sticks down into the bookcase a bit. You can see from this picture what I'm talking about. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that off flush with my angle grinder and put it back in and prime it so she can paint it with white paint. Let's glue some stuff on. Now to fasten the edge banding, which is the 1/8" wood I obviously cut out. So I have the tools necessary, which is a little bowl for the glue, because it's going to use a lot of glue. Spread it quickly. I'm not using the glue bot because I need to get it out quicker than the glue bot. Trim saw, my Japanese trim saw or my Dozoki for trimming the ends. And of course it'll be fastened with 23 gauge pins. So the first thing is to do is spread the glue on the carcass, place this in place, and then go ahead and shoot it down with the pins. Yeah, there'll probably be some time lapse in this because this is kind of tedious work. I really should invest in some glue rollers, shouldn't I? The trick is to make sure you get a nice even coat on the glue. And this is going to be sanded and painted, so a little squeeze out's not going to hurt. So now, let's start at this end, which is the bottom, and lay it down in place, kinda. Kink in my hose. Okay. Perfect. One down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more to go. So that's essentially it. That's how simple it is. Just Just requires a little bit of steady hand. I've always said that two of the best devices you have in your hand for measuring how surfaces are meeting each other are your fingers. Most people who do any kind of work like this know that their fingers are great for feeling if it's lined up or not. But of course it's all going to get sanded as well. I'll now proceed to finish all of the edge banding on all of these. Then I'll grind off the end of that fitting so it'll be flush with the surface, and see where we are at that point. Okay, as promised, that's the line where I have to cut it. Got the die grinder. Let's make some noise. Voila! Shortened correctly. Okay then. Well, I decided to give it a coat of paint after I primed it, so it'll kind of just disappear in it when Cree paints the inside of this thing. It's all going to be white, 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 white. So I'm going to reinstall this. This is where I made the repair. You see it sits right in there, as it should. Now, I saved the screws in a little bucket. Oops! You know, I highly recommend these. I get them from Harbor Freight. They're magnetic buckets mechanics use. I used to be a mechanic. And it's great because it keeps your hardware from dancing around the room and leaving your space. So that's all the screws to hold this plate in place. So let's screw it in place. And there you go. See? Go. So that'll end this video. I think the next set of videos are going to be at her house installing this. I'm pretty much at that point where I need to install it to do the finish and the trim work. So, okay. Until then, make great things out of wood. Oh, and lumber prices are starting to crash. Good thing.